Hi there. Thank you so much for coming on board my channel. This is Esther. I'm from well, my company. I'm not from. I am Stampin' Star Creations. That's who I am. That's who I represent. I'm representing. Welcome. It's great to see you. Thank you so much for those of you who've been catching up on all my Christmas countdown projects. It's the first year I've done this and it's been really, really good fun just to kind of limit yourself to Christmassy colours and to Christmassy theme. It's been really fun to do and I've had great feedback. So I really appreciate you commenting, watching. And if you've missed it, I've put them all in a playlist so you can go and catch that. Welcome Ali and Steph and Ellie and Cindy. Good to see you. Hi Linda. Just going to say hello to people that come in. Sometimes if you're thinking, who on earth am I talking to? It does sometimes give you the option of live chat and you'll be able to see who's talking and what we've been talking about. Hi Darlene. Al, great to see you. Is it the Al that I know from Scope? Right, today I've got a project for you. I've been doing some stuff over on Facebook Live, and so if you want to go and catch that, you can. I'll show you what I've done there. Tonight I've got another Christmassy project for you using the mini Curvy Keepsake box. Now, I've got to admit, hands up, I don't actually own the die to this. A friend kindly cut out some shapes for me to have a play and to be able to use it. But if you'd like to purchase the die, you can head over to my online shop at stampinstarcreations.co.uk. Let's get started. So hold on to your tummies. I'm just going to swivel you around. There's no easy way of doing that. So this is just quickly going to show you what I've made over on my Facebook Live. I normally load my lives onto YouTube because I know not everyone has access to Facebook. So this is showing 3 different ways with one stamp set, with throwing in a script stamp from another stamp set and using these lovely stencil masks. So that's available on Facebook, or it will be available on my YouTube very soon. So tonight I introduce you to, look at this little curvy keepsake box. They are so dinky and so cute. So that's what we're going to make tonight, folks. So using this Pop of Petals stamp set, it comes with its own matching punch, which means you don't have to sit there cutting it out with scissors. You can just punch it out with this paper punch. It's great. I'll be using shaded spruce and real red as my colours. I've got some matching real red ribbon and these very cute little fuzz balls, which are going to sit inside of my flower, which have got a sticky back already, so you don't even need to worry about that. I've had a question from Liz that says, do you repost your Facebook Lives on YouTube? I do, and there's even a playlist for that that says Facebook Live replays. So these don't come already pre-cut. You have to have the machine to cut this through. If you've got a die cutting machine that will fit this size, about that sort of size die through it, and run it through with paper or cardstock. This is our very vanilla cardstock, which is sort of a bit in between a very thick and a very thin card. So it's a really nice weight to stamp on and to work with. Thank you so much, Jeannie, for sharing this out. I know that you can share this out afterwards. So again, if you think, oh, I know somebody that would love this project, please feel free to share this out. Hi there, Janice, great to see you. You have me wanting Pop of Petals, waiting for the new counting quarter. There are, Ali. Right, I want to do the exciting bit first, and that is to make some poinsettia using the Pop of Petal punch. Now, you can make poinsettia with quite a few of our stamp sets that we've got. I wanted to choose a flower that was most, that looked the most like a poinsettia. So I've gone for this one here, which to me looks a little bit like a lily. So the one in the top left. I've gone ahead and marked all my stamps. I was getting myself in a right old muddle when I was using these as to which bit matches the punch. So it is just worth marking your stamps. That's not my original idea. I have seen other demonstrators do it. So I'm going to stamp once, twice, 3 times a lady. Now I'm going to stamp some more because I might as well have some spares. So we're doing, you only need 3, but it's just in case. And then I'm using the thicker leaf here. And, oh, no, I'm not. That's for something else. Tell a lie. I'll be using this one here, which I was trying to look for a leafy shape. You could maybe go for that one or that one, but I've opted for this one. It's sort of like got stripes in it. So the kind of the image of a possible leaf. Now what I do like to do is try and call up comments on my other device, because it is a bit more tricky to keep scrolling up on my phone. So let's turn this volume down in the hope I don't get that horrible echo. Sorry, I should have done this at the very start. This, again, not very professional doing this, but there we go. Right. So we are going to also stamp this one through. Oh, did I stamp that right? Yeah, I want my black blob in the corner to match my punch. Linda said the same thing in your head. I'm not the only one then. This makes up songs to myself as I stamp. Oh dear. So when you are, I might have to do another one that's quite close to the edge. Let's just keep going. When you are doing strips like this and want to punch them out, it is quite handy to do it on strips rather than a big chunk of paper. It just makes it so much easier to go along with your punch to cut them out. Ellie says, I've never thought of using the popper petals for poinsettia. Linda says, I need to get the punch. I have the stamps. You didn't get the punch to go with it. Look at this, folks. So easy. Just keep running it through. And that's why the joy of actually marking up. I mean, something like flowers like this, which have got different petals on each side, can get rather confusing. You can see all the marks on my punch, and I just got myself in a right old muddle. But once you find the right system, it is worth doing. A bit of shadowing, so there you go. No fussy cutting whatsoever. They just punch and go. Normally when Stampin' Up introduce things, they like as a bundle, so you could buy the stamp set with the punch. When it's newly out, you get 10% off. So then is the time to buy it, because you do get your 10% off the bundle, be it stamps with dies, matching dies, or stamps with punches. Ali says, terrific alignment. Yeah. See, there's no kind of, like before, I've been going round and round in circles trying to find which bit is supposed to punch out. Oh, Steph, you sound like you need lots of sleep, my dear. Cindy says, love this smaller curvy ornament. Need a new idea. Okay, you've probably seen this before, but I'm going to grab my tweezers and just give my flowers a twist. And this just helps to give a bit of texture to the flowers. So if you can't do that, sometimes you could just bend your petals over the flower if you find that more difficult. So we have other stamp sets with sort of leaf designs. They'd be perfect to build up your own poinsettia. But I wanted a nice smaller poinsettia to fit onto this box. It's a perfect size for Ferrero Rocher. Now, some of you in other countries, you'll have to tell me, is Ferrero Rocher in every country? Like, can you get them where you live? Let me know in the comments below also if you're watching this on replay. Does Ferrero Rocher exist? I don't have any on me right now, unfortunately. I wish I did because they're rather tasty. Ferrero Rocher are some sweeties. Hi there, Linda, welcome. Thank you for joining Louisa and Darlene and Bobby. Yes, they're in New Zealand and Canada. I just think you could find them everywhere, maybe. Now for these ones, I think I'm just going to just use my scissors just to curl up the ends a little bit, give it a bit of texture. Just breaks up those fibres in your cards. Just can you see me? I'm watching comments rather than actually watching the screen. There we go, that helps to break it up. So we'll assemble this and then I'll show you what I've done with the box, although I am going to change it up a little bit. So with a poinsettia flower, we're going to layer them up. So you're going to turn it a notch, layer the centres up. Hopefully you can see that. And then I'm going to turn this one a notch again. So you've got that kind of real layers of the poinsettia going on. And then once this is dried, you can bend the petals a bit more, but I'm going to let that sit. Now, because we want these leaf type designs behind in the background, I've used 3 for this project. I'm going to just maybe choose the, I don't think it really matters, to be honest, but I'm just going for the skinnier petals to stick down together. And these can just be overlapping because these will be in the background. Like so. So just make sure that your flower does, you can see a bit of the greenery, because that's the whole point of doing it. And also, like, you want to work in a bit of a triangular shape, because when it is stuck on your box, you don't want it to intrude on the bottom half of your box. I'm going to just set those aside to let them dry a little bit, and then we're going to get stamping over our boxes. So to make up a box, you do need 2 cutouts, and I'm just going to grab my blender pens, which I've grabbed out before. Jeannie says, Ferrero Rocher, yummy, yes. Yes in US, yes in US. So with this, you don't have to be overly careful. I think I just literally randomly stamped. So you kind of, it's quite nice to do it over the handly bits. If you go in a diagonal, you can even turn your stamp if you so wish, but you just basically want to stamp all over it. If there's any gaps, you might want to add a little petal to the edges so that they show up. Same again with this one. So just stamping across the page, in an orderly fashion, please, ladies and gentlemen. We're stamping across the page. Ta-da! Quick and easy. There we go. You're spoiling us, as they say in the advert here in Britain. Yes, from the ambassador's house. Now, to add leaves to this, obviously it would look a bit funny if you added these, so I'm going in this one that I was trying to introduce you to earlier. Now, I do prefer it without the stem and to tuck in the stem, so we're just going to not ink up that bit and leave the stem hanging off. And just, again, not been too precise as to where I'm going to put the leaves, just making sure there's some leaf action going on to cover the area, tucking them into the, now remember this is the base, so you're not really going to see that bit, tucking them into the flowers so that they show up on the box. Nice and easy, folks. Inked paper. So remember I said, oh, you might not remember because you might not have heard me say it. If you're stamping Christmassy colours, you can virtually, I reckon, turn most stamp sets into a Christmassy looking one. Let's put a leaf there. Just check back, make sure you're happy with that. I'm just going to boop. Okay. Now this might take a little second or 2 or 10. Cindy says, I can only imagine your frustration by all of it, Steph. It must be very annoying not being able to sleep. I couldn't imagine. That's one of the most frustrating things, isn't it? And then the more you think about it, the worse it is. That kind of, I'm trying to, typical, isn't it? Right at the bottom of the box. Daffodil Delight for the centres, I'm going. And I'm thinking real red. And I'm thinking dark real red. So I don't think I'm even going to bother too much with doing too much shading, because it's a little box that gets closed up and people aren't going to stare at your colouring. So I'm just using the thicker side of the thicker nib of my blender pen to colour that in. And I think I'm going to do the same with, no, that's not the thicker end. this as well. We're just doing quick colouring. I mean, if you wanted to spend ages, by all means, but I don't have ages, so I'm sure you've got other stuff you want to be getting on with. So I'm going to do some quick colouring tonight. Like you teach children, if you do the outline first, it's easier to colour the centre. When you are working with these alcohol pens, you want to make sure that you've got a good layer of scrap paper underneath you, because it does soak through. But remember, this is the inside of the box, so it don't really matter, as they say, or in a posher voice, it doesn't really matter that it goes through. I'm sure you could put plenty of other suggestions. Have you got any other suggestions of what you would like to find in this keepsake box, other than a Ferrero Rocher? Now, if you think, oh, I'm not really into colouring in, I don't really do colouring, it's actually quite therapeutic. And I didn't think I was a colourer. I didn't think I was going to get the blends. When I first got them, I must confess, I found them difficult. I found them difficult to get on with when I had to go with somebody else's. But I think it's because I used this nib rather than the finer one. And as soon as I used the finer nib, I found it so much easier. Look, don't worry if you're going over the lines, it just adds to the design. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to colour this in. You can put money in my box. You two are thinking along the same line. Darlene and Ellie are like, money? Some pound coins? Some folded up notes would be great. Any other suggestions other than money? COPD, what does that stand for? Oh, that would be pretty, Steph. A necklace or a bracelet, some jewellery. So you could put chocolate, jewellery, money, anything. You can maybe put something small that's handmade in it. Some little treats, some truffles. Ellie's like diamonds. Diamonds would do. Now, if you really do want to take your time with the colouring, this pen has got two nibs. It has got a finer felt tip one as well. And the joy of the blends is that the colours blend together. So you have a light and a dark colour, and it can really make things look more realistic. So for those of you watching on replay, you've probably skipped this lovely bit of colouring in and this whole chat about what might go in your box. So sometimes it's worth watching the video and not skipping it, because you miss all the fun. It is a big difference. And these flowers are great for colouring in. And there are obviously different ways of colouring them. You can use watercolour pencils. You can pick up the colour with blender pens. There you go, that wasn't too painful, I hope. Janice comes at the right moment after I finish colouring. Now, I've got to remember how to fix these together. So again, the die cuts all the bits out for you and scores where you need to fold the box. I'm just going to draw you out a little bit, because you're going to think these boxes are massive, but they're honestly not. They're teeny tiny, like I said, Ferrero Rocher size. Let's see if I can... Does anybody know what size this square is? Do you want me to do it for you? I've got all my inches on this side. It's about one and a half inch square. Bath bombs. Actually, I've got... Did I make two when I needed to make one? I thought for some reason right. Stampin' Up had a bigger version of this where you needed two to stick them together. Nobody told me that I only needed one. You made me colour in two of those. Anyway, I will use them. So you don't need two, you only need one. So you might want to get out your bone folder just to encourage it to curl. Janice says she's resisted this diet till now. I must confess, Janice, somebody's kindly cut some out for me so I can have a little experiment with it. Now, and then these handles have also got, you can't see a thing, can you? These handles have also got an embossed crease in them, which you probably can't see because I've stamped on it. Okay, so that's it, it guides you through. It's all done for you. It's great. And you can decorate them how you like. You don't have to be restricted. So you put your two handles together, and then you can put it through the slits on one side and through the slits of the other side. And look, I have got fairly big hands, but look how dinky that is. I'll just draw you up a little bit. It is very, very cute. So sitting at 1.5 inches. The other direction. What was in the other direction? I can't believe you made me colour another one in and I didn't need to do it. Never mind. It will come in handy. Deborah says, I'm late. I'm late. I'm late for an important date. So this is the point where you've had your chance to let your glue dry a bit. You can go in and bend those petals and recrease them and fold them. Oh, sorry, Sheila. Did I miss it? Sorry, when I get chatting, I forget what I've spoken about, and by the time people have got a chance to write, twins are always a bonus. I've got triplets now. So we're going to stick that in the middle-ish. Put my finger on there. And then I like it to face this way, like that, because I like to complete it with a bow. But wait, there's more. The important bit. So here we go. This is I think this just is the winner. This helps to complete the whole poinsettia look. So get your fuzzy, I can't remember what these are called. If somebody can tell me what these are called. Get your fuzzy innard. Perennial, actually they're called perennial essence centers or something like that. Perennial, they're from the perennial essence range, can you tell? And I'm going to use a glue dot or 10. No, a glue dot or 2 should do it because they're pretty strong, like that. And then put your box down, and then adhere your flower to it so that you know where your flower is going to sit. So I'm just going to open this up again, just to reinforce that flower onto the box. I'm just pushing that on. Okay, so handles, and then you put your sides down. So just to add that finale, whatever you call it, running out of ribbon, I managed to put a ribbon through here and tie a bow. Now last time, amazingly, the bow sat where I wanted it to. So same again, please. Cool, you got an extreme close-up of me bow tying. And I didn't leave myself enough ribbon either. I'm going to save it. Come on. Encourage the ribbon to go where you want it to, not the other way around. Okay, that's a tinsy wincy bow. I'm going to have to redo that. Here's one I made earlier. There's its twin. Now I'm going to see if I can get a scale. Oh, that's too big a scale. I'm trying to zoom you in. Cooperate. I'm trying to get... Sorry about that. Right, those are the Stampin' Up! Scissors. Hopefully you can get an idea of actually how teeny tiny these are. Ah, Darlene said, at my age, single is good. What did Ellie say? You could make the... Oh, sorry, I totally missed the... Just the size for a ring, says Linda. As long as it's just a ring, I don't want a fella to go with it, says Ellie. Oh, Ellie. And Deborah's got a great suggestion of making these for advent calendars. That's a good idea. Teeny tiny is adorable. It does look like poinsettia. Good. Phew. You've made my life even happier just then, Jeannie. So, here you go. I've got my other one here to be able to make another little cute box. So, like I said, just by creasing them, running them with your bone fold, it just helps to encourage the shape of that. And I mean, you can just churn out tons and tons of these little things, and they're not just for Christmas. It's not just for Christmas, like dogs, you know, they're not. Oh, sorry, I'm having zooming issues. You know, these people have done some amazing things with the bigger dies that came out years ago, and no doubt people have done amazing things with these little ones as well. So you can decorate them how you want. You can use different colour card. You could use patterned paper. You know, don't limit yourself to what you see here. Cindy says the slight curl does help. Yeah, it just helps to encourage the paper, you know, speak to it, a bit like a plant, you know. Steph says table favours for weddings and parties. Absolutely ideal for little wedding favours and for parties. Deborah says, I'm late, so I didn't see how it started. This is how it started, with a piece of paper and some stamps. This stamp set. This turned into this and this. This is what they originally look like. Isn't that amazing, what you can make out of paper? I think so, anyway. So let's turn you... where's the button? There's the button. Here I am, the voice behind the face behind the voice. So glad of your company. Thank you so much for watching. Do catch the Christmas Countdown projects. They're in the playlist, so you can catch those. I can't see any comments again now. And any Facebook lives, I think, are all in a playlist as well. Cindy says she made 35 pumpkins for Halloween with candy inside. That's such a cute idea. Pumpkins would be great. Cut them out with orange paper. That's extraordinary, says Deborah. Janice says she loves the poinsettia. Oh, I'm pressing buttons. Don't press buttons. 35 is a lot, Cindy, says Linda. Good for you, girl. That's how Cindy talks. Thank you, Louisa. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. We are really heading towards the end of our project. So my idea was to do 12 projects in total. I think I'm down literally to the last maybe 2 or 3. So thank you for joining my stamping journey with me and enjoying my Christmas countdown. Have a good evening, have a good morning, have a good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to be back next week. I don't think I have any meetings on next week, so I'm hoping next Monday and next Tuesday to be back here 9 o'clock. If you want to catch me before, I'll be on Facebook for my live at 8:30 on a Tuesday. I've got to get working on poinsettia now, says Cindy. Thank you, Ruth. Ruth says, pretty. Love this project. You're welcome. You're welcome. Steph, take really good care. Sorry to hear that you're having still sleepless nights. What's lovely about YouTube and doing lives is you form a nice community, and you guys can be part of it too. You know, if you're willing to join along and chat and to comment and to, you know, you can be a part of it. Don't feel that you have to be crafty to watch along, or if you want more information about what I've used tonight, please do get in touch. Thank you. It is a great community, Deborah, and it's really nice to have the same people coming on. So I won't take up any more of your time. I'm going to sign out, bid you good night, bid you God bless, take care, and hopefully I'll catch you again soon. Bye. Yeah, Ruth says it's fab, but stay safe though, indeed. Stay safe. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you, Janice. Night night.